Welcome back to a series so dramatic, even Twitter subscribed. In today's video, Hasan is now mad at his own mom for exposing him in an interview with the Rolling Stone. He starts calling her an op, saying that she talks with reporters while he's streaming in the other room, so he can't control what she says. Actual loony. He talks about how she's not PR trained and accidentally says the truth, I guess. Hasan is back threatening me with a lawsuit after getting his favorite EHO on his stream. Here we go again.
I'm afraid I'm gonna have to sue the living shit out of him.
He keeps bringing up Singapore like an unhinged schizo. I have responded. Elon Musk is now trying to cancel Hasan after numerous clips of him are going viral saying unhinged shit. Hasan responds blaming Tectone for reposting these clips everywhere. Hasan is losing it at CNN after they compared him to fellow extremist Nick Fuentes. He compares himself to Charlie Kirk and calls him a massive racist. Wait a minute. He claims Charlie was more incendiary than him, and he's just a chill guy and doesn't know why people hate him. S-tier rage bait. Complex's top 25 streamers have dropped, and it is abysmal. Smash like for this shiny red Gyarados. Holy.
Let's up those numbers!
Now let's begin. Right, so Hasan is now mad at his own mom for exposing him in an interview with the Rolling Stone. Basically, recap, one of Hasan's most infamous clips is of him saying to murder capitalists and landlords because he's just a lunatic.
Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers and murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods, dude.
It was then revealed that his own mom was also a landlord, which is just crazy hypocrisy. And that's basically all we know about Hasan's mom, other than her obviously putting him on that horse. I grew up very broke, guys. I could only afford one horse. Hasan calls his mom an op for telling Rolling Stone that she's not in love with China like he is. There's no way this guy's calling his own mom an op. Right, so first he addresses the weird-ass article, which reads like actual smut.
This is the Hannah sits working on a laptop one room over while his 110-pound St. Bernard mix, Kaya, lies next to him drooling. Biker 6'4" and Jack with Moscow glasses and thick brown beard that's graying at the corner starts riffing on the Iran ceasefire and housing bill while simultaneously juggling clips and keeping one eye on the infinitely scrolling chat. Are we reading fanfic? Dog, this is literally what a fucking profile piece is. You guys are so goddamn illiterate that you don't even understand what like a comprehensive Rolling Stone profile is supposed to look like. This is not fan fiction. This is a profile. Chatters are like, what? He's describing your day-to-day activities? What the fuck? Is this smut? No. You have to remember, this is mostly not for you. This is mostly for people who are completely uninitiated and don't know anything about me that read Rolling Stone. Yeah, some of y'all need to read Hunter S. Thompson immediately.
Are we reading fan fiction? Yes, you literally are. Because why is it relevant to actually describe you like that and thirst over you? This is not considered journalism. This is literally some fucking gooners glazing you. Apparently writing about the sweat beating off his chest hairs wasn't actually enough for these pathetic losers. After Hasan started giving positive feedback to anybody who wrote these type of articles about him, so obviously, naturally, these people started doing more great journalism for him, right? And he will always try to signal boost these types of articles. Honestly, this might be where Taylor Lorenz actually vanished. Like, I've been wondering, why haven't we heard about his #1 simp for the longest time?
He's unreasonably good looking and like cool and dresses cool.
Tell me about.
Like Hasan would be an influencer no matter what he was saying because he is
hot,
very attractive and very cool and genuinely a good person.
Yeah, dude, maybe she got hired by the Rolling Stone at this point. And I don't get how he wants to be taken seriously, but then encourages articles like this and talks about grandmas gooning to him.
Part of the reason why I'm in a suit all the time is because moms and dads are watching. Wearing a suit, basically like lingerie for old conservative ladies. Yeah. They love that shit. Gets them horny. In their horny moment, they just are a lot more receptive to what I have to say. This is how we spark the revolution, ladies and gentlemen.
What a freaking weirdo, dude. Right, so then he addresses his own mom exposing him, and he calls her an op.
Calls her anne, Turkish for mom. Sadef says she shares Piker's politics with a few exceptions. I'm not in love with China like he is, he tells me. Dude, I swear to God, my family, everyone is a op. They really need to learn what to say and what not to say, jokingly or unjokingly, to reporters. And I've literally had to sit them down and have long conversations with them. But my mom, anytime there is a reporter, she yaps for 700 hours with the reporter. While I'm here live streaming, I have no control over what she's saying.
Right. I have no control over what she's saying, guys. Dude, this guy's a maniac. You mean the truth? She's not allowed to actually say the truth. You need to first brainwash her with your specific talking points before she talks to any reporters or anybody at all. Dude, at this point, I mean, you might as well bust out the shock collar for her as well, because that's basically what you want to do, right? You can't have her having her own autonomy and speaking freely. You need to control her every fucking word. So go ahead and give her your newest, shiniest shock collar and then say, please, bzz, and make her sit in the corner of your stream.
I really don't know how to feel about the cuck chair situation. Like, I feel like I'm observing.
So get this, her great crime was talking to a reporter without Hasan actually breathing down her neck, telling her exactly what to say like a flippin' NPC. Dude, what is wrong with you, genuinely? Like, let her speak. He's actually such a sociopath. He's got to control everything his family and friends say to anyone. Make sure you don't say anything bad about me. Everything must be favorable. I'm watching at all times. I will be installing the shock collar. This kind of reminds me of the time when he had to pre-approve any shock collar jokes at the Streamer Awards with QT, because everybody knows he's like a giant baby and can't take a joke at all.
There were jokes in the monologue that you had about me and Kaya that I had, of course, said yes to ahead of time.
Anyways, maybe he's still mad that she actually owns a property and she's a landlord. How dare you, Mom? You filthy capitalist! Honestly, you gotta be grateful for your upbringing, bro. You got to torture horses by sitting on them with your fat ass. And now you just pretend you grew up broke. So then he talks about how she's not PR trained to say exactly what he wants. And he calls the Rolling Stone oppositional media.
For 700 hours with the reporter. While I'm here live streaming, I have no control over what she's saying. But she loves, they're not PR trained at all. They don't know how to talk to journalists. They don't know what to say to journalists. And they will literally just be like, here, let me show you photos of him in diapers. It's crazy. Sometimes she wishes he would tone it down and not joke so much. I worry about him, she says. The internet is a very savage place, but mostly she's happy he stopped posting so many shirtless pics in the bathtub. I'm glad we moved on from the naked pictures to suits, she says. What does your mom say about the Rolling Stone article? I mean, she's my op. She's my number one op. She made it into New York Post. She loves it. I try to explain to her that it's not, it's not great to be on oppositional media, but...
Wait. So you're telling me this absolute freaking narcissist thinks that the Rolling Stone, who just wrote an article about how he's 6'4" and jacked, you literally read that part out, and they are still oppositional media. The same people that hand-waved his UK ban and federal investigation, yeah, apparently they are the oppositional media. I mean, then who's your allies at this point? Everybody's an op. I think we need to go through Hasan's ops. His own dog, his own mom, literally all of his like Twitch streamer friends who are now gradually distancing themselves from him. And then everybody on Twitter, all the slop tubers, Asmongold, of course, and I guess the entire world except the fringe cults, And I genuinely think that you cannot win with this guy, because what do you want your mom to say? Do you want her to legitimately just start lying and just regurgitating your talking points? Well, you see, reporter, Hasan does actually shock... Oh, shit. Sorry, Hasan. I got the talking points are messed up. Don't activate the collar. He does not shock his dog, guys. He does not shock his dog. He's never shocked his dog. He's actually such a kind soul behind the scenes.
Kaya is really funny when she's scared. Being scared, but it gives me anxiety. Maybe it's me. No, I want her to bite her. What do you mean?
Well, why, yes, he might be a gigantic dickhead sociopath online, but trust me, that's only half of the equation. The other half is actually worse. He talks about politics at dinner. We all hate it. We want to be enjoying the turkey and the food, and all he can talk about is how the ketchup sauce is actually on the BDS list. But it's okay. I love my fat little boy. People responded, isn't that the guy who shocks his dog? Indeed. He's about to shock his mom after he's done shocking his dog. No, Kaya. Hasan is giving off those angsty teen vibes and a peaked in high school middle-aged husk. Dude, if you're 35 and you're still doing this, it's crazy. Oh my god, he's a psychopath. He doesn't care if his own mom gets harassed by savage fans. Dude, he doesn't realize that he's not even allowed to joke about this stuff, because if he actually labels somebody an op, his rabid fan base will literally go after them until the end of time. It doesn't matter the context. It doesn't matter anything. Unsurprising, he would call her an op. She's a landlord. Also, please, for the love of God, do not ever make another puff piece again. They're either horny fanfics or overly detailed Wattpad autobiographies. Mom, toe the line or you're my opposition. My mom told the truth instead of purposely manipulating people with lies is not the dunk you think it is. Right, so apparently Hasan is threatening to sue me again. Just another day in Bikini Bottom at this point. Apparently it wasn't enough to bring up executions and do crazy dog whistles to his fans or tell his fans to stalk me IRL.
Singapore has the highest rate of state-sponsored executions on the planet. The country carried out 11 executions in 2022, 5 in 2023, 8 in 2024, and reached a 22-year high of 17 executions in 2025. Singapore death penalty rate, despite the decline, a large...
But he insists on continuing this campaign, and I'm just gonna farm him for more content. Hasan and Denims call out Pegasus in their businessman meme format, right? So they're talking about Denim's lawsuit with Ethan about copyright, and then Hasan just brings me up.
If the appeal goes through, God forbid I somehow lose the appeal, like that's not good for the fucking slop tubers that make all this content.
Yeah, I really worry a lot. Like, I've lost a lot of sleep over this. People don't realize this, but my favorite content creator, I don't know if you know of him, his name is M. Pegasus.
Yeah, I know him, yeah.
Yeah, more Pegaslop. And I really worry that if this new legal standard is set, like, I'm afraid I'm going to have to sue the living shit out of him.
Right. Another lawsuit threat. How lovely. Buddy, I think at this point, you just gotta do it already so I can take your $20 million and show you some of that communism you love so much. Because genuinely, what the fuck? This guy has been going on and on. I'm gonna sue the shit out of Pegasus. Oh wow, guys, any Singapore lawyers, contact me now. I'm gonna do it any day now.
If you know, like, a good Singaporean lawyer, something like that, it'd be nice to try and figure out if I could pursue litigation of sorts.
Oh, brother, if only you were serious. That would be the best thing that ever happened to me. Can you imagine how much content I would get out of that? Episode 1000 easily. Endless views. My views might like 10 times straight up. That might launch my career to Asmongold status, like straight up. So please go ahead, pal. That would be legendary. But we all know he ain't doing shit because he knows at the end of the day, you can lie on the internet, but he's going to end up losing in court. He's going to end up losing absolutely miserably because playing his own fucking statements that he has said is not considered cyber stalking. It's actually considered commentary and is completely protected. So the fact that he keeps crying and making these idle threats, it's just a man-baby meltdown. But yeah, you can keep, doing your empty threats because it makes you look cool in front of your audience, you feel like. So anyways, then they just keep bringing up Singapore. Ever since they found out I live here, they're just like constantly, they will not let it go. It's like in every like unrelated thing ever.
Well, it's about the imports and exports.
Yeah. Because
of Singapore.
Exactly. As a businessman, I'm wearing a suit. For those of you who don't know, I'm a businessman. I'm a numbers guy, but I'm also a business guy. And I really want to do business with the beautiful nation state of Singapore, the beautiful city state of Singapore.
I just don't feel safe doing business with Singapore.
You're a businesswoman.
Exactly.
Which I can tell from your outfit.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And as to, like, we're getting together. It's a meeting of the minds. We're thinking about imports and exports. We're thinking about the Strait of Malacca. We're worried that it might close, but as long as, traffic is unimpeded in the Strait of Malacca, the only other concern that we have is defamation and also fair use protections in the nation, in the city-state of Singapore. state of Singapore. Yeah, I said it right. And the ports of Singapore. They're always on my mind.
Yeah. I'm always thinking about it. I'm always thinking about,
Yeah.
Whether or not we can continue to do business with them.
Yeah.
Bro, for the last time, nobody flippin' wants you here. Nobody wants a radical, terrorist-supporting, racist, far-left commie Riga. Please, stick to ruining your own country. Why don't ya? Also, ain't no way this guy just said defamation. You literally said I'm a Jeffrey supporter.
More Pegasus is pro Epstein. Oh, hell yeah. That's great.
That's like straight up provable defamation. This fucking guy has like 50 lawsuits lined up from 50 different people for defamation. Not to mention your relentless harassment and threats. Mine is just critique. You're literally like, go find him IRL, stalk him IRL, and these subtle dog whistles to executions. Like, you're just crazy.
You're going to give me money to hire your law firm to sue more Pegaslop? Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Kane to ass.
Also, I don't know who's done this, but they've put that image of me there. That's like from a year ago. And you know that because I used to only wear that shirt for like years. And then everybody bullied me until I finally changed my shirt. And now everybody bullies me for wearing this shirt. And they think that this is the only shirt I've ever worn. But if you were there before, you would know that I only wore that shirt. I mean, thanks, I guess. Way more jacked now, by the way. The cut is still coming. Okay, 5 more months at end of the year. It will be worth it for the eventual Greek god physique. And then denims can go back to gooning to me. We all know you're obsessed. It's okay. People responded, I can't believe how unfunny these people are. Remember when Denim said CPS being called on Ethan's kids wasn't a big deal? Because it was 3-year-olds. At Hasan Denim's oh brother, at me, that's me. Guess we got a showdown of 2 regars wanting to get roasted badly. Roast them and make them look like chicken and rice. Shout out chicken and rice. Lovely meal. I keep getting more dastardly. Classic Hasan Darvo tactics. 2 unlikable old farts calling out a kid in Singapore for singing SpongeBob memes. To be fair, a little older than a kid now, but they're still a decade older than me, so, kind of counts. Right, so it turns out Elon Musk is now trying to cancel Hasan. This is basically after a lot of his clips are going viral on Twitter. Basically, there's like an onslaught of people posting these. Also, there is that extra layer of beef in case you guys missed the lore. Basically, Hasan invited Elon Musk's baby mama Ashley on his stream, and basically that was a whole thing of them like antagonizing him.
Wait, why does he actually talks like this?
Yes!
And tomorrow we unleash the anomaly in the Matrix. In air quotes, lasers from space.
You stop.
Oh! What the fuck? You guys send memes to each other? You're so lame.
He said worse things about 9/11 than you.
Yeah, that's not. Everyone has. You got me a hoodie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you ready, chat?
Oh God. Oh no. I'm not even gonna see it first. Chat's gonna see it before I do. Oh my God. There's this like constant need for admiration that he has. And he wants people that despise him to like him a lot. Which I guess in a weird way
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I think he really hates and like wants to smite all of his enemies.
You guys had sex, so. Did you not? Wait, is that not? Wait, I jokingly said he mailed his cum in a napkin.
Don't say that. That is so gross.
But like what?
Hasan.
Okay, well.
Where's the spray bottle?
Okay, so.
No, I didn't get a napkin, Hasan.
So he didn't mail.
Don't.
He didn't mail it.
There were moments where very quickly you were objectified and sexualized a little bit, and you laughed through it and you were a good sport. I do wonder though, I feel that many women know that instinct to laugh through moments like that.
That's really gross.
Anyway.
But yeah, nowadays all of his insane backlog of inflammatory statements are going viral constantly, and he's creating new ones. Like half of these are just new, man. He's just creating them on the daily. I don't know if this is like a strategy, like he just likes being talked about or whatever, but it's not going to end well. I mean, he's really pushing the boundaries here. And here's some of them rapid fire, I guess. Disclaimer, we do not agree with Hasan's radical, insane views. This is purely for commentary and critique purposes.
Fidel Castro and Che Guevara are genuinely 2 of the greatest revolutionaries in history. I love Lenin, I love Fidel Castro, and I love Che Guevara. They are genuinely fucking heroes. Okay? you call Crimea? I call it a part of Russian territory, bitch. That's what I call Crimea. I call it Crimea River, a Russian river. Russia's historic access into the Black Sea, Crimea, that's like historically, fucking ethnically all Russian.
That's unconstitutional. Man, you can and suck me from the back, okay? I the Constitution. I wipe my ass with the Constitution. It's a fucking piece of paper, dude. Shut the fuck up. Motherfuck the Constitution and motherfuck this country, okay?
And America's the greatest terrorist on the planet. I'm 100% closer to the prison abolitionist perspective than the average American's framework on this issue. Americans sometimes literally feel like they want to be the rapist murderers. Liberals are some of the easiest to manipulate people on the fucking planet, dude.
Dude, I hate liberals, dude. I hate them. I hate them so viciously.
Dude, liberals are a fucking burden on this planet, dude.
Liberals are the most like scummy, vile fucking idiots.
Liberals are incredibly stupid. I hate these petulant liberals, dumb fucking liberals.
We're gonna keep bringing in immigrants in this country on purpose, just so they can fuck your sister, and then maybe even your daughter. We're gonna destroy the white race, bitch. That's what we're here to do.
Right. So that last one, he's trying to be comedic, I guess. But as usual, it's not a very funny joke. A lot of that other stuff, he was actually being authentic, giving his true actual opinions there. But yeah, I don't even really know where to start. Just a whole lot of bullshit in there. Some of those are more serious than others. But yeah, these clips are going viral nonstop. And people are just constantly calling for like a ban or multiple other things. So it ended up catching the attention of Elon Musk. Right, somebody tweeted censorship. Hasan Piker once called for the destruction of people in America. Meanwhile, Hasan was banned for expressing the thing about Spain's borders. Piker's account on Twitch is alive and well. So Elon quote tweeted, "Why does Twitch have this double standard? 70k likes." Asman responded, "Twitch is ideologically captured by terrorism supporters. They do this because it works and also because the government refuses to hold them accountable." Hasan responds, "Because I'm making fun of dumbasses like you." We got this other quote, Hasan, "We're gonna destroy the..." I can't even quote that. That's what we're here to do. Elon says he means what he says, 100k likes. So apparently he's been responding to Tectone as well. He did say that. And it's just the quote he had about effing sisters or whatever. He responded to yet another tweet, continues calling out Hasan on the timeline, this time hitting the exclamation marks. "We're here to destroy the thing." Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Democratic Socialist of America hero declares war on West. This guy says, "I hope Elon gets Hasan and Sneeko deported." That's a crazy combo. Right, so Hasan is naturally not very happy. He has responded. Hasan goes hard at Tectone and Elon. Says his viral clip was a joke about right-wingers believing in the Great Replacement Theory. Also answers why his voice sounded so high-pitched back then. Oh yeah, his second puberty. And then he calls Tectone Grape Tone.
It's usually the same accounts. Now, this one came, I believe, from Tone, generational racist Tone. He somehow, you know, I assume it's like probably DGG or someone that gave him the clip, because I don't think he went back and found a clip from 2018 that's like cut this way. Elon Musk is, you know, the preeminent cuck fetishist. He responded to it. So old Hasan clip resurfaces. Tone. "We want more immigrants to come into your countries, and they're gonna fuck your sisters and then your daughters. We're gonna destroy the white race, bitch." And it's so funny. They're like, "Why can't this guy get banned?" It's like, well, first of all, that's not how this works. Okay. Perhaps Elon is more mad about this than others, despite the fact that he himself is an immigrant. For Raytheon, who is a right winger, who, you know, in his own personal court case, openly admitted that he was grifting to the right because he wanted to make money. He straight up had a court case, a civil domestic violence court case, where he received a restraining order from his partner. And that's precisely what I'm joking about here, where I'm saying, like, yeah, really? You think white genocide is real? You think the Great Replacement is coming? Yep, that's right. We're deliberately coming to the country and dancing with our salsa hips. This clip offends me, but it's due to the cringe level. I mean, it's fine. I think it's still less cringe than believing in the Great Replacement. Because at the end of the day, the truth is the truth.
Well, that's a new one. Truth is the truth, as opposed to facts are facts.
Facts are still facts.
Dude, I'm just at a loss for words. I don't know why he's so insistent on being inflammatory as possible. There's a way to say what you want to say without going to the extreme, but I have a feeling that maybe there is no way to say that, actually, considering these might genuinely be some of his beliefs. And it's definitely biting him in the ass now with the kind of attention on him. Obviously, the federal government is investigating him. Now, Elon Musk also wants him deported and basically gone. And Elon's the type of guy who might just buy Twitch to make this happen if he hates you enough, you know? That would be an absolutely crazy plot twist, but who knows? Right, so it turns out Hasan is very mad at a CNN segment where they're basically comparing him to Nick Fuentes, basically calling him a radical but on the other side. Hasan says there is no moral equivalence between him and Charlie Kirk, and rejects the notion that he's in any way comparable to Nick Fuentes. I mean, anti-Semites, extremists, I mean, lots of similarities here.
Like, I used to oppose the Charlie Kirk comparison because he's a party stooge and he's like genuinely a racist, was a genuinely racist person, right? There's no moral equivalence on the left. There's no moral equivalence on the left. You can't just sit there and say like, oh, well, socialism and fascism are two sides of the same coin. Like, you're a fucking insane person. There's higher degrees of socialization in many other countries. In the interim period, many of the DSA candidates are basically pushing for social democracies.
It does seem totally appropriate to address El Said's politics and proposals, but also to address his affiliations. And the affiliation with Hasan Piker is one that strikes me as particularly odd. Nick Fuentes is someone who is a vile, awful character in our politics, but he's also not someone who I've seen any prominent Republican aspirant or elected official like palling around with regularly. There was
Yes, because Nick Fuentes is an open neo-Nazi. I feel like...
And you're an open terrorist supporter. Hello? How is that better? Is this man delusional? Yes, the answer is yes. Sorry for asking the obvious question. Also, I've kind of noticed this, but he just loves comparing himself to Charlie Kirk because he wants to be known as the guy who's like respected and liked among his peers, the martyr for his cause. But he's just not. The only thing people will ever remember about Hasan is that he made a couple appearances on the legendary series. This is the only thing cementing your legacy in history. And you're so much closer to a Nick Fuentes than Charlie Kirk. Bro actually thinks he's on the team. And Hasan calling anybody racist is hilarious. Do we need to play the compilation? Maybe just a bit.
Fuck this South Vietnamese. Why don't you go back and live in fucking South Vietnam in the same conditions?
Black people care about the border. I don't give a fuck what black people care about.
You fucking bloodthirsty, violent pig dog.
I mean, he's Polish, so obviously he doesn't know how to do math.
Like, we genuinely can just go on for like 20 minutes of clips with this guy. And I'm kind of tired of it. At this point, you just gotta believe me or watch the previous episodes. So then he calls out the media and says that Charlie Kirk was more like incendiary than Hasan.
I feel like there are a lot of people in mainstream media, people who self-identify as liberals or people who are conservative or people who just like are terrified of, you know, socialism, whatever, that try to do this like blanket both sides are bad statement. Nick Fuentes not only had dinner with Donald Trump, but like the other side of the story is this almost makes it seem like Donald Trump is a less repulsive figure in American politics than me. Okay? And if you have that take, you're a fucking psychopath. Like, it's not even Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes is obviously an edge case, okay? But we're talking about, like, the broader Republican Party. Like, you really think I'm a worse figure than the Republican Party? You have to get, like, I can't think of anything that they would see to be as odious as, like, anything that Donald Trump has done beyond, like, I guess, Israel-related takes. They are completely fucking delusional. Charlie Kirk was infinitely more incendiary than what I have, than anything that I have said or done.
Right. I mean, say what you want about the guy's politics. You're perfectly entitled to not like him. That's totally valid. But to say that he's more incendiary than fucking Hasan? Yeah, this is just terminal brain damage. Yeah, last I checked, he didn't really call to murder his opposition. In fact, his opposition murdered him. A far left extremist, someone likely radicalized by somebody similar to Hasan. Nor did he call to murder specific senators, nor did his fans get arrested for terrorist threats, all of which apply to Hasan.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott.
The defendant did threaten to assault and murder a member of the immediate family of a United States senator. Subject regularly listened to the social media influencer, Hasan Piker.
The guy went to universities and talked. You might have not liked what he said, but he never crossed the line like you and actually advocated violence. And that's basically the reason why even liberals actually like him more than Hasan, because there was a sense of decorum, standards, respect, and you would just talk out your issues instead of resorting to extreme measures. Never arguing the points, just straight to insults. All Hasan's points can be derivative of this person is wrong because he is such and such, with no evidence, never provides anything of substance. Hasan thinking he's not literally in the top 5 pieces of shit on the internet is hilarious. Okay, top 5 is way too much, okay? More like top 1 at this point. What a scumbag, he can't even respect the dead. Well, we saw what he was respecting. He was literally doing a fucking like meme dance that his debate opponent died before he could debate him. And therefore he thinks he just by proxy won the debate. And then he'll be like, well, he was too scared. He's dead, man. Anyways, then he talks about how he doesn't understand why people dislike him. He's just completely baffled because he's just a chill guy. So you're telling me after seeing people list the 50 reasons 5 million times, he still has no idea. This is the mind of a narcissist. Hasan can't believe how intensely people dislike him. Says he's a pretty chill guy.
I never thought that it would get to a point where like there is legitimately something going on where whenever people encounter what I'm doing with like the most negatively framed clips, okay, people for some very strange reason just they don't have like a normal reaction. They don't just look at it and go, yeah, I disagree with this guy, but it's clear that like, you know, he's captivating the attention of the, you know, disaffected, disillusioned masses or anything like that. As an Iranian telling you, go to hell, motherfucker, you are terrorists for sure. Yo, anti-white racist trash, careful out there. What's going on, man? This is, just as I said, there's just something that happens to the minds of people where they cannot see me as like a normal person. But I think I'm a pretty chill guy, you know? I'm a pretty chill dude, I think. I like to think of myself that way. Why is it my ass that's getting fucking gaped? I'd say, you like pool parties, Law? Yeah, I mean, I'm chill. I like a nice Maoist pool party. The suit does not give chiller vibes. Yeah, I like to do a Maoist pool party every now and then where we do a land acknowledgement and, you know, the cocktails are actually woke somehow. You know, we're making sure the cocktails are appropriately themed, you know, gender non-conforming martinis, stuff like that. I don't know. I just find it so strange. I just find it so motherfucking strange.
Absolute S-tier rage bait. He's gotta be trolling. There's just no way. Like, how do you even respond to this? Listen, the only theory that makes sense is mine, okay? Every night when he goes to bed, he wipes his memory. That's the only way any of this makes sense. The only way you could talk like this is if you had zero recollection of every single thing you've ever said in the past. That is the only reasonable explanation for all of this, okay? I refuse to believe anybody can be this dumb. I'm just a chill guy, shucks his dog. I'm just a chill guy. My own mother is an op. Chillest guy ever, actually. Unless you disagree with him 1% and then you're literally Hitler. I think I'm a pretty chill guy. How can I be okay?
How can I be okay?
Ignore the fact that he promotes terrorism online, calls for the death of anyone who disagrees with his politics. I'm actually super chill. The masses. He has less than 20k viewers. Hardly the masses. Well, you know, he has a decent following. For some reason, he's very salty. He's getting beaten by a slop tuber on YouTube, though. Moving on to Complex's top 25 streamers. Surely this is going to be a great list, guys. Number 1, iShowSpeed. Okay. Kai Cenat, Cinna, Jinxie, Blackboy Max, Stable Ronaldo. We got Neon in there. Rakai, of course, the greatest stream of all time. Casio at 18. Got a bunch of these other people. Extra Emily. Are we talking about top 25 reckless drivers? And 25 Hasan Abi. Just when I thought the list couldn't get any more cooked, you end it with Hasan. Classic. Also, why is Pokemon here? Is she on the list? I didn't see her. Am I going blind? As soon as I saw Rakai, this list makes it invalid. Extra Emily being on the list nullifies all credibility. Like, dude, what are these based on? Genuinely. I thought it was numbers if speed is at the top, but then there's no Asmongold or anybody else. Queso's towards the bottom. I don't know. Oh yeah, Burnt Peanut as well. Now click this video. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.